The Nigerian Senate has passed a bill that allows for state police. And we have live in the studio a Nigerian politician and a lawyer, Sergius Ogun. He's a former lawmaker representing SN North, SN Southeast constituency at the National Assembly. Welcome to the AIT News Hour.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, let me begin with the first question. A lot of critics have argued that state police could be used to intimidate the opposition politicians. It seems the Senate didn't consider this aspect of it. What do you make of it?
I think they did, but as you know, the government in power today, they have majority in the Senate. And whatever comes from the executive is rubber stamped by this present Senate led by Akpabio. So it's not a surprise to me. If they don't believe that you can use state police to harass the opposition, in 2024, there was a governorship election, all-circle election in Edo State. Why did the Nigerian police insist that they cannot use the vigilantes? Because they were employed by the state government. But they needed more boots on ground. But why did they say the vigilantes could not help? If you go to Edo State, you see vigilantes mounting checkpoints with the police. But in that election, why did they send the vigilantes away? So, yeah, they would oppress. But what I think we should also do is the rule of law. If there cannot be constitutional democracy without the rule of law, if we have the rule of law that will strip Section 3081, which is the immunity that the governors enjoy, can strip it and try a governor in a criminal case, then there will be no need for any fears.
So let's get back to what the Senate did today. You were in the House of Representatives. You all made laws and all of that. We've not heard whether the House of Representatives will also convene an emergency session. We know they passed a particular private member bill, which has made progress. So looking at all of this, the lawmakers, from your old former colleagues, is there a seeming consensus? Have you been speaking to some of them on what they will do when that bill comes to the House of Reps, the executive bill by President Tinubu?
Well, you just emphasize executive bill by President Tinubu. That is it. Whatever goes to the National Assembly these days get passed.
If it's for a good cause, why shouldn't it be passed?
Okay, well, yeah, maybe you say the state police is for a good cause, but this president campaigned on security, that he will fix security. So why are we rushing the bill now? After 3 years, that should have been one of the first bills to go to the National Assembly, if you really believe that the state police will solve the problems.
Exactly, that's what I was going to hear that. Do you think state police will solve the problem of kidnappings and other issues concerning insecurity?
I don't think so at all. Even the federal police, are they trained? Are they well compensated for the work that they do? They are not. So now you're going to, actually, I was in this studio some years ago with Joe J, discussing this same state police. And what I said then was, well, if you say they can hold teachers, they can hold nurses, it's not right. But those ones can only complain and gripe. But a man that is armed with AK-47, you owe him a month or two salary. He will turn that gun onto the people. So I don't know whether we should do this in a hurry. If we take our time to plan it, yeah, it might be worth our while. But like I said earlier, even the ones we have, the federal police, are not well trained, are not well motivated. President Obasanjo, when he came in 1999, when people were pushing him to recruit more policemen, he said something, that a badly trained policeman is worse than an armed robber. Where are the training institutions to train them? In any case, like somebody mentioned, if you have state police and they are involved in prosecution, where would they take the criminals to? Which prison? They have to have a state prison. And now that's already in the concurrent list. How many states are building prisons?
But there are not a few prison facilities. We have about 64 of them across this country. And from what the records I have, each state in this country seemingly has a correctional center. But back to this same issue.
That's federal. Not owned by them, not built by them.
Yeah, for now, since it's a process, they could just say, okay, these are the suspects, keep them in the federal penitentiary.
And who will be feeding them?
The federal government, until everything is worked out.
Okay, we'll see how that works out.
So with regards to financial capacity, the administration has been saying the states now have more money based on what we have done with the financial sector and all of that. Are you positive that the states will be able to properly fund their police services when they come out?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But see, the truth is, if there was honesty in this whole thing, I think the federal would have engaged more policemen, would have hired more and paid the ones we have more, and then trained them well. The first thing to ask is, even the federal, how do they recruit policemen? They give slots to lawmakers, to ministers, to governors, and to people in the villa. So politicians are converting their thugs to Nigerian police.
That's a huge allegation.
Well,
you're a politician, so I know maybe you have some information I don't have.
Well, I'm telling you that's what happens. If you are a politician and I give you a slot and you have boys that run around you, would it not be the first you would think of?
No, but the Police Service Commission does the screening of all these persons before they get to be the
Shall I forget that thing?
shortlisted.
I can even tell you, even in the military, I can even tell you I was a member of the Army Committee.
In the House of Reps?
In the Ninth Assembly, yes. So leave that matter of screening. Just forget about that screening. Normally when it's a slot, they hardly turn anybody down. In the Army, they say, okay, you have a flat foot and all that, or maybe you have K-leg and all. But every other thing goes through, as long as you are from a politician. How can you turn down the list from Buhari? Some 3 years ago or so, okay, maybe 4 or 5 years ago now, they said they were taking, is it constables?
The lowest
And
ranks.
then they said it was 120 per state. I heard the 130 went to Daura alone. You mean they all passed? From Daura alone. Daura is not a state.
It's a local government. Okay, so the last shot before you go, you sound very pessimistic about this whole thing. If you were the governor of Edo State, where you hail from, with the criminality, the kidnapping, the armed robbery and all, wouldn't you look for extra opportunity through the Constitution to be able to govern Edo State properly?
They have vigilantes now. What are they doing with them? They are training forest guards as I speak to you now. What would they do with them? They have everything to solve this problem, but the will is just not there.
Okay, Sergius Ogun, a former member of Nigeria's House of Representatives, joined us in the studio to look at the Senate's passage of the state police bill. Thank you, sir, for coming on the news.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And to other reports now, Chairman of the ND